Welcome to Go with Kyle Harbaugh. By combining traditional business building methods with AI, Kyle helps law firms, financial advisors, and a variety of businesses thrive in a changing world to build custom growth playbooks to success. Now, here's Kyle.
Welcome back to Go with Kyle Harbaugh. By combining traditional business building methods with AI, Kyle helps law firms, financial advisors, and a variety of businesses thrive in a changing world to build personalized roadmaps to success. I'm Evan Mack, and today we're diving into Step AI, a tool Kyle and his team developed to help business owners pinpoint what's really holding them back and what to fix first. We've mentioned it before on the podcast, but today is a full deep dive on this amazing tool. If you ever felt stuck, scattered, or unsure how to grow, this is the one for you. This is your business GPS, how Step AI maps a road to growth. Kyle, sir, welcome back.
Hey, it's great to be back. Thanks a lot, Evan.
Awesome stuff. What is Step AI? And why did you create it, sir?
So Step AI is a way to get a really clear picture first, to understand what's going on and what you need to do about it. Depending on who you talk to, there's 100 different ways to grow your business and what actually makes sense for you, your particular situation, your unique needs, the phase of growth, the stage of business that you're in. All of those things are variables that matter. And honestly, I got really fed up with people's coaching programs. They have the same coaching program for everybody. And I wanted something better. And oftentimes my clients weren't really aware of what the true issues were. So I'd engage with a client. They'd say, hey, I really want to bring you in, say, for some KPIs. I want you to develop some KPIs so that I can track what my team's doing and make sure they're on track, or they're, if they are off track, I can solve that problem. The issue was that oftentimes when I'd get in there, I'd go, well, KPIs are important, but we need standard operating procedures and we need more consistent messaging within leadership. We have these other issues that are contributing to the problem that you're aware of. Right. And you want to solve this one particular thing, but there's other steps that need to come before it. So it's a really good way to understand in an unbiased manner, what is wrong? What do you need to fix? Where do you need to focus your time, your money, your effort? Because if you talk to a digital marketing person, they're going to tell you it's SEO. You can grow your business with SEO. If you talk to somebody who's really big into networking, love networking, but they're going to recommend networking will help grow your business. Well, those things might be true. There might be a far bigger opportunity somewhere else. And so this is why we've developed Step AI, to really holistically look at your business and understand what are your 5 largest opportunities for growth.
So how does Step AI actually work? What kind of data do you collect from these businesses to kind of, make that happen?
Yeah, so it's a combination of a qualitative and quantitative data. So we're asking for things like their financials. We're also asking lots of questions around their business, all sorts of parts of their business, like, if they've had any malpractice claims in the last 12 months. Have we had any people leave the business, quit or get fired? What do you do to follow up with your potential clients? What's intake look like? A whole bunch of different questions so that we can understand what people are doing well and what they're not doing well. And so it's an interview process. It takes about 2-3 hours to get all the data that we need, but it's far faster than weeks or months of business planning that other consultants might offer you. And it's because it's powered with AI, we're actually able to give more value faster. Our system is able to analyze your data in 12 different areas by 167 different experts. So it's not just my brain, but it's 167 different leading industry experts analyzing your data. And then we give you a detailed, customized report.
So what kind of insights does a firm get from the final Step AI report?
Well, that's a great question. Everybody's different. Let me just tell you a story to highlight that. So one of my clients, we ran their Step AI report, and we found out they had 2 different clients. They had a client that was difficult to work with, took up a lot of their resources, didn't pay their bill on time, and their matter dragged on months and months. And then there was another client that was identified, that same practice area. This client, their matter wrapped up in a matter of days or weeks, and they paid their bill on time. They saw the value that the attorney was giving, and they didn't take up a bunch of their time and resources, and they were far more profitable. So we figured out, well, that's a big opportunity right there. So we tweaked messaging, we tweaked how this person was marketing, we tweaked a bunch of stuff so that they could serve more of those types of clients and less of those not ideal clients.
A lot of owners think that they know what the problem is. How often is Step AI telling them something different from what they think they know?
Yeah, so sometimes it's different and sometimes
Mhm.
it's validation. So I
Mhm.
had one of my clients, they told me, man, this put it all into words perfectly. Like, I had all these ideas floating around in my head. I wasn't quite sure which made sense, which didn't make sense, which one I should do first. And this organized it into a coherent plan. Now I know exactly what I need to focus on, in what order for the next, in his case, it was like 18 months. So
Wow.
it's a very detailed plan. There's a lot of, like I said before, your 5 largest opportunities for growth are outlined, and it tells you step by step what you need to work on, where you need to focus. So it's really powerful.
What are some of the most common growth blockers you see in firms using Step AI?
It depends on the size of the firm. So if they're a
Okay.
small firm, it's going to be client acquisition and client service problems. From there, it's going to be like stage 2. You're going to have people and process problems. When you get to stage 3 of your business, it's going to be more leadership and communication problems. So it
Mm.
really depends on the phase of business that you're in. But one that I see common, that's very common, is people. So law firms often have a big turnover problem, and you really have to, in order to grow, you have to get good, high quality people that can serve your clients at a very high level for a consistent period of time. I'm talking years, and the longer you can keep them in your business, the more productive and the more ready you're going to be to scale. The problem is they oftentimes chase away people, or they don't hire the right people to begin with. And so this is an area that is a key limiter of growth, and something we often work with our clients on.
Kyle, what about this? What makes Step AI different from a regular business coach or maybe that off the shelf AI?
Yeah, so an off the shelf AI is you're going to get all sorts of different answers. You don't know if it's good, or where the information's coming from.
Hmm.
Ours is a closed system, so it's very curated. It's vetted experts that we've collected their data over the last 10 years or so. And so these are all really big thought leaders in their respective areas. And so it's giving really tailored answers. It's not just kind of this, massively trained LLM that's trained on millions of different websites and things of that nature. No, it's a very consistent, uh, short little list of experts that are all very, very high quality. The other great thing about it is you get all the information right away. You don't
Mm.
have to wait for it to get spoon fed to you in a coaching relationship. I love coaching. Coaching still has its place, but
Right.
when I coach, it's from a place of shared knowledge. Like, I get on there with my client, and they have the report with them, and I have the report, and we know exactly what we need to work on, what we need to focus on. And I can follow up with them. It really shifts the relationship to a more of an accountability and transparent relationship.
What size or type of firm gets the most benefit from Step AI in your opinion? Does it matter?
No, the person with a small team who wants to grow to a large team, somebody who has a team that they can delegate different pieces to, those are the people that get the most value out of it, and also the right mindset. So somebody who wants to take action, who wants to grab that competitive advantage, that person's going to be much more ready to use the report and get the most out of it. If you're solo, it still works for you, but it's going to be a little bit slower because you just got a lot to manage when you're solo, or you just have a really small team, maybe just a paralegal, or you got a VA, or something along those lines. You're doing a lot of different things, you're wearing a lot of different hats, and it's definitely can provide value for you, but it's going to go a little bit slower.
So, Kyle, how does Step AI save owners time and maybe not just money?
It helps them understand what's going to make the biggest impact, because like I said before, you can grow your business a bunch of different ways, and the recommendation somebody gives you might not be bad, it just might not be the best. And so there's a bigger opportunity to be had someplace else. The other thing is it's data driven. So you're not flying by the seat of your pants. It's based on your data and the experts' recommendations. And so it's very tailored to your particular situation. It That's going to really save you the paying down the ignorance tax, as I like to call it. Like you can fumble around and do a bunch of different things. Some of it might work and some of it might not work as well. This is going to really help you understand where you're going to get the biggest return on your time and your money.
So, what's one insight from Step AI that surprises most clients?
It really depends on what the client what the client's situation is. Some are more like validated, like they're like, oh, this I'm not crazy, like this actually does make sense.
Right.
And then other times they're like my one client who identified a far more profitable client to serve. It was like, wow, this data was here in front of me, hidden in plain sight.
Mhm.
So it really helps you understand. It gets you a detached perspective, helps you see things from a different angle, and it can really just a little tweak, and all of a sudden you're far more profitable. Your team is not working with a bunch of clients that don't really like your firm and take up a lot of your time and energy, but somebody who really loves working with you and gets the value you provide.
Awesome. Kyle, thank you, sir.
My pleasure. It's been a lot of fun.
Awesome. And thank you all for listening to Go with Kyle Harbaugh. If your firm's stuck in the guessing game of what to fix next, Step AI gives you clarity, speed, and proven growth roadmap. To learn more or schedule your own business analysis, visit chiefgoofficers.com. And if you found today's episode helpful, please like, subscribe, leave a review, and we'll see you next time.
If you heard anything you would like to discuss with Kyle, please schedule a call with him using the link in the show notes. Please also be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a review in the comments.